That sounds like it's begging for mercy. What are you doing?
I just banged the pedals.
Downshift to what, first?
Anyway, hi everybody. Not Bob Baffert with His Turn, Her Turn, part of Car Coach Reports. I'm the His Turn part Paul Bryan, along with Lauren Fix, the Car Coach. Where the hell are we?
We are in Louisville, Kentucky.
We are.
But the question is why? Louisville, Kentucky is known for more than just Churchill Downs. We were discussing this yesterday. We've been driving the brand new Ford Escape, the 2020, for 2 days now.
Yeah.
And we're going to be giving you an impression of all the 3 engines that are included, the hybrid, which I think is a very big one.
Sure.
And why it's new, why it's better, and why you should consider driving it.
You've got a really, really nice riding car. I like this a lot. It's quiet. It's comfortable. The sitting position is nice. Liked it from the first time that I hit the gas. It popped right up, and you know that I'm not a big fan of CVTs. Everything for me is laid out very well. Apple CarPlay is there, Android Auto. You got all of that stuff.
Sync 3.
Yeah. You've got options depending on the trim levels that you're on of going into a 17, 18, or 19-inch tire. A couple of different fitments from Bridgestone, Michelin, and I think it's just the 2 of them. But they've all got different suppliers.
But you know what's standard on this car? I think that is really, really important and is a true plus for the Ford Escape is the Pro Pilot 360. It has lane centering. There's a lot of optional safety features. Some are standard, which I think is great because when you're going up against Honda CR-V and RAV4,
a lot of them are standard.
Yeah. So when you're getting into the titanium and the sport, you're going to get a lot of premium level safety features. I always say, don't skimp on the safety. You can forget, the extra cool wheels. There are 5-wheel choices and different tires, but you can add that later. You can't add safety features later, and that's the important thing. So let's start off with my favorite subject, seating, comfort. For the driver's side, the lumbar is 2-way. The seat's okay. You got to find your happy space. And the steering wheel is tilt and telescopic, so I think you can find that space where the airbag is 12 inches from the center of your chest, which is the proper space. We talked about performance and that it was a sad bit on the anemic side, but I think a lot of the vehicles in this category are. It's not about performance, but you do need it on an on-ramp like this. So as you go on the on-ramp and you start adding some power, it should handle nice and tight, which it does. It actually handles really nicely. It's all new design suspension. This is an all new Escape. The performance just needs a little bit more turbo boost. So as far as the steering wheel grip and the size, I think it's excellent. Real gauges, I'm great with that. You can adjust the TFT, which is that little screen, that little digital screen in front of you. Excellent. 5 different drive modes, so whether you're driving in sand or in snow, or you want to go in an eco mode, and that is also true in the hybrid. There's also 5 different drive modes. One of the things that drives me crazy, and I think it drives you crazy too, when you're buying a car in that mid-20s on up, there should be no hard plastic, and there is some. The center screen is the same in all of them, and I love the Sync 3, like you said. Great system, includes 4G Wi-Fi.
And then the Wi-Fi
is
set up so that the Wi-Fi will operate within 50 feet of the vehicle.
That's great for tailgating.
With up to 10 users that you're able to put onto that Wi-Fi system. That's pretty cool.
Very simple controls. Thank you for having a real volume and tuning button. We get into so many vehicles that there's nothing. It's crazy. The second row of the Ford Escape is really a positive feature. Why, you ask? The second row slides 6 inches fore and aft. That gives you tons of room. In addition to that, more head, more shoulder, more knee room. They say you're 6'6", you should be able to sit in the back seat. That's a pretty bold statement. So if you're tall, you absolutely want to try out the back seat. It has 2 cup holders in the center. There's an additional charge port. And of course, you're supposed to be USB added right after start. So it seats 5, which is important. It was one of the big factors that Ford was saying when it came to their vehicles. They wanted flexibility, they wanted capability, and they wanted to be able to get things how they wanted them loaded in the vehicle. So let's take a look at the back and hear what Paul has to say.
One of the things that everybody is always concerned about when you get a vehicle like this is how much of my stuff can I put in the back? So let's take a look here in the new Escape. Voila. So L-Fix and I have all of our stuff in the back here that we're getting ready to head for the airport after this. But there's a lot here. I mean, we've got our 2 bags here. There's probably room for 2 more of equal size. If there's just 2 of you like us and you want to flip down the back seats, you got lots of room going in here. They targeted, and then on top of that, it's an electric close, so you don't have to worry about that. There's 12 volt back here as well for electricity. There's not a USB, but there's going to be 6 USBs inside the vehicle, so you don't have to worry about it if you want to plug in. There's a little bit there. But tie downs, everything else. Mini spare underneath here.
So, Mr. Brian, since I did the launch...
Should I put on the Hans device?
Yes.
Okay.
I did the launch on the 2-liter, and I thought it needed some more boost. Now, I'm going to brace myself while Paul does the launch of the hybrid.
Brace yourself, Helga. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Brake torque.
Yep. Ready?
I'm brake torquing.
There's no brake torque.
There is no brake torque.
All right, let's hammer down.
Ooh.
Much
Okay,
better.
20, 30, 40. Got a brake.
From a performance standpoint, I think you get much more get up and go, especially on an on-ramp.
You do. You know what I think is even more telling about their treatment of hybrids now is that they really aren't highlighting. They aren't saying hybrid. They're trying to normalize it so that it's just part of the blend, and it's not. It's almost like it's not even there.
They don't want to emphasize it because a lot of consumers don't want plug-in, and they know that based on sales. Well, we spent 2 days driving the hybrid and all the internal combustion engine vehicles of the new 2020 Ford Escape, and now it's time for the ratings. Starting with performance, I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 5 as well. I was more impressed with the hybrid. I think
Agreed.
if I were a buyer, I'd be looking at the hybrid, period. And I think the numbers there, the take rate on that, because of this normalization process, I think they're probably looking at about a third of production.
That's what they're saying. A third of the vehicles are going to be hybrids. That's not plug-in hybrids. That's just hybrids. Okay, next is handling. I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 7.
Why did you give it a better rating?
Because I liked that the steering was not flippy. I liked that it felt solid.
It did feel much better.
Yeah, I liked it better than the older car.
Agreed, it's much better.
And I thought they deserved a nice mark for that.
I kind of compared it against its competitors, the RAV4 and CR-V, and so I was thinking, it's above average for sure.
Yeah.
Safety, I gave it an 8.
I gave it a 7.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I like the
because
Co-Pilot 360.
and the reason why, and the reason why is because you and I don't consult on what the number is, and our number, you may grade on a different scale no matter which metric we're looking at. Your 7 may be the same as my 8 or vice versa.
I gave it an 8 because of the Co-Pilot 360 being standard. However, the competitors do put a lot of their safety standards, so make sure you look at all that before you make a decision.
No, there was nothing there that I thought was missing from a safety standpoint.
So some of them are on the higher trim levels. That's
why
I didn't give it a 10.
And that's why I gave it a 7.
All right. Visibility, I give it a 9. They did a great job lowering the belt line, long glass. I thought the visibility was great.
I gave it an 8.
An 8, okay. Well, everyone's different. It's based on how you sit.
Yeah.
Seating comfort, I nailed it. 5. It was absolutely average at best.
I was conflicted here because while I would agree with you that the right seat was at 5, I was very pleased with the driver's seat. So I wound up giving it a 7.
I just wasn't thrilled with the lumbar.
And if you watch the rest of the video, you know that you can do this and move.
True.
If you're on the passenger side.
Right, but there are times if it's just
I know,
uncomfortable,
but you're
it's uncomfortable.
Going to get bread in Billings, Montana.
Okay, technology. I gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8 as well.
I thought the technology.
I thought it's got all the right stuff in there.
And we've even stopped when we were at Churchill Downs. We had people stop in and say, "Wow, This is really impressive. And I love the drive modes and how they go into the different drive modes, so excellent.
And I also like that on the hybrid, when you take a look, it's moved from air-cooled unit to a liquid-cooled unit.
1/3 the size.
Yeah, so it's a lot smaller.
200 pounds lighter overall.
Yeah, it's,
well
so
done.
that needs to be recognized. They
Right.
did right fine.
Features, I gave it a 7.
I gave it an 8.
Okay, I think it just needed some few things that were missing. Although it had 3-stage heated seats, at least at premium level, it'd be nice to have air-cooled seats. I would rather give it the 3 stages for 1 heat and 1 cool.
Well, yeah, maybe in the titanium, plutonium,
Heated steering wheel.
Molybdenum, whatever.
The highest trim level.
Yeah, the high
All right.
one.
Design, I gave it a 7.
What did I give it? I gave it a 9.
A 9.
I think it's a really handsome vehicle.
They all start to look the same. I think maybe that's it. To me.
True enough, but I still think it's really handsome, and I like
so
that,
much better.
And I
Huge
like the
improvement.
selection of wheels, and I like that it's,
black wheels. You hate black wheels.
I didn't say black wheels. I said
That's
there's
one of
a
the
selection of them,
Yes,
but that's
there's
one
5.
of the choices. It's not a choice I would have made.
All right, quality. I gave it.
Hate those.
I know you do. And you can put your comments down below on black wheels. He doesn't like them. I'm okay with them. Quality, I gave it a 9. It has absolutely got really good build quality.
Yeah, rock solid.
And Ford has always built, in my opinion, a really quality vehicle.
What do they say?
What do they say?
Quality is job one.
That's right. And what do you think for quality?
I gave it a 9 as well.
Yeah.
You take a look at the seams, and you take a look at the fit and finish, everything else. Well done, Louisville team.
Yes.
Ah! I hope there was a bug there, because otherwise I just look like I had automotive Tourette's here. Ah!
All right, value. I gave it a 7.
I gave it an 8.
All right, I think that they're going to sell a lot of these. There's no question.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at the competitors, they have equal warranties until you start looking at what Hyundai and Kia offer with a longer warranty. Volkswagen offers a longer warranty. I think they're going to sell a ton of these. There's no question in my mind. I gave it a total of 71.
And my number came out to 78, as math challenged as I am.
Well, you know what? It sounds like they've got a really good vehicle. They're going to sell a lot of them.
Right.
So all of our reviews are here. Our social media is down below. Make sure to comment. Paul and I do reply. Anything that we've discussed. And if you want to learn more about what Paul ate on the road, that's also going to be on the His Turn, Her Turn Facebook page. Check out our Instagram accounts as well. We've got a lot of new stuff. And we will see you next time. Thank you.